Alright guys, we're going to talk about a few balloon techniques. We're going to talk about twirling a balloon, like for the butterfly and for the diamond sword. We're going to talk about poodle tailing, techniques to do that. And we're also going to talk about maintaining bubble streams. It's mainly when you're trying to make things, think about the bracelets, making sure that you have enough being taut at both ends so the loops don't come undone. Alright, let's do twirling the balloon first. It's a pretty, very important technique. There's a lot of ways to do it, and like, some people are just going to be better than others. I'm not necessarily the best at it, but we're going to stretch these things out for the diamond sword. What I do is, I'll put these flush together, you know, take my right hand, I'm going to find where they meet, and then I'm going to flip it upwards. Alright, I'm going to take these both in both hands. Now, the idea of twirling a balloon is that once you twirl a part of the balloon, it's not going to come untwirled. A lot of people are trying to like keep it twirled, put it against their bodies and stuff. You don't need to do it. It just looks like this, alright? That's what twirling a balloon looks like, and it's really not hard. You see how all I need is my two hands. I don't need anything to put it against, and it essentially just does it on its own. Once you twist them together, they'll stay together. So let's kind of break that down a little bit more. Twirling a balloon, go like this, find the middle, push it upwards. And what I'm doing is, my dominant hand in this situation is my right hand. It does a lot of the twirling, but my left hand also does twirling as well. So I put this, I bring it over just like that, and then at this point I kind of let my palms go, alright? It's kind of a motion of letting your palms go and bringing them back together. So you twist, put them together, and then you let them go, and then you bring them together and let them go. I'm twirling it by taking this one, I'm bringing it over by this motion, alright, and then at this point I let go of my palm, and then I bring my palm back, alright, let's keep dissecting it a little bit more. Have it like this, that was loud. I'm pushing it this way as I'm kind of pulling this a little bit and then pushing it back, alright? And I'm also doing this at the same time. I let my palms go here and then collapse them together when I'm actually doing the twist. And then I'm collapsing them together. And I let them go and collapse them together. I'm doing that all at once, alright? So I'm pushing it this way. And I'm also using my thumbs. I'll kind of show you what my thumbs are doing. This is not the easiest thing to explain. It's kind of a thing that you have to mess with until you get it. But yeah, my thumbs are right here. I'm pushing my thumb this way, and then I'm using my fingers to push it that way. And then I'm letting them go, and then I'm bringing them together, and then I'm letting them go, pushing my thumbs and bringing them together. All right. I'm going to see if I can do it in a little more exaggerated way. Now, one thing you want to do is, it's more about feeling. It's not about actually looking at the balloons. When I first learned it, Mike was just like, look at me when you're doing it. Don't look at the balloon itself, all right? See how I'm kind of using my thumbs? Kind of pushing my palms out, putting them back, palms out, putting them back, all right? Just like that. To do a little more of a tighter balloon, you know, I kind of, in that way, I kind of pull these as I'm doing it. Alright. Now I hope that demonstration kind of helps you. I know I didn't do the best job verbally explaining it, but I hope that you actually seeing me do it a few times can help you figure it out. So that's essentially how you twirl a balloon. Now we're going to do a quick demonstration of poodle tailing. Poodle tailing, you use it for the butterfly and for the antennas, but it comes from when you're making a basic dog, right? You're making a basic dog. If your proportions are consistent and correct, let's do like this. This isn't the best one, but if there's a lot more end of a tail, then you can do it. So I would say do like 4 pumps for the 4.5 pumps. Just like that, we're doing a basic dog. This tail is exaggerated on purpose, but you have the dog, and then for poodle tailing, what I do, I make a bubble, just like that. All right, and the key is you don't want air to go between this bubble and this, regardless of where this bubble is, because this bubble's slowly going to be moving up till the very end. So what I do is I invert my hand, just like this. I invert my hand, and I pinch my finger and my thumb just like this. And I hold it, and then when I squeeze, I'm going to do a squeezing motion all at once using these 3 fingers. My pinky's kind of right here, and I squeeze once, and just like this, it's able to pop out. Now, this isn't as far as I want it to go, so I'm always holding my thumb and my pointer finger to make sure there's no air coming across. I take my thumb and pointer finger, I take my left hand, and I pull it as I drag this. The key is you want to drag this very tightly. You don't want any air to go between them. Just like that. And then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to pull this out. Just like this. This is going to stay. Alright, let's keep dissecting that more. I'm going to do antennas. Just kind of show you what I mean. Antennas are only, about this big. Probably even smaller, but just to show you. We have my pointer and my thumb right here. Then I pull, kind of all at once, I squeeze it. Always maintaining these. I drag it. Then it's kind of like a 1, 2, 3. So like that. Drag it. Drag it. Drag it. Alright? And it's a little easier when you kind of squeeze the entire balloon. Just like that. So I'm squeezing the entire balloon. You hear that sound? That's a good sound. Just like that. You're squeezing the entire balloon and you're dragging it. Alright? Now the key to this is if there's any sort of nub at the end, it won't stay. I push this a little bit, it all goes back. Now another thing is once you try to do it once and you don't completely succeed, the second time it'll be easier. So I'm going to do this, then when I squeeze it, drag it, squeeze it, drag it. You see how I had it right here and it just kind of jumped all the way up here? It's because you already tried it once. So you want to make sure that there's absolutely, squeeze it enough that there's absolutely no nub whatsoever. That's essentially how you do poodle tailing. That's how you can do it for the butterfly. For the butterfly wings, you only want them to be like this big. You don't want them to be too big or too small. You don't want them to be big suckers either. For a bubble chain, I'll show you for the sea turtle bracelet. You start with a pinch twist. For bubble chains, especially for the sea turtle bracelet, I have my left hand right here. I'm going to keep my pinky kind of attached to this at all times because this thing, just with the slightest little movement, this thing is going to come undone just like that. Alright. I'm going to hold this kind of with my right hand. And then the key for bubble chaining is I make a bubble just like this. And then what I'm doing is I'm kind of pushing this up a little bit. And I'm using my pointer finger and my thumb from my left hand to squeeze it. And then I'm I'm also doing it with my right hand. And so I'm able to, all at one motion, make another bubble. Just like that. And I'm pushing this up. Now these two bubbles are supposed to be the same length. This bubble is supposed to be a small bubble. And so I'm using my other fingers to make a small bubble. I'm pushing this up. As long as you're maintaining tension on both sides, you'll be just fine. If you don't maintain tension on both sides, they might come undone by themselves. So I'm pushing this up, and then I'm using these fingers. I'm still maintaining my pinky. These fingers, just like this. Measure out so these two are equal. And then remember, always maintain always maintain pressure on both sides. All right, and that's how you do a bubble change, essentially.